You know, for this being the coolest
This thing is
like
not
bottle
practical
opener
at all, yeah.
Yeah, this thing sucks.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Other than, well, it's also like you can't carry it around.
No, it's very inconvenient.
So it's almost more of like a decoration piece than anything. But whatevs.
Today's podcast not brought to you by Dawn of the Red. By how do you say this?
I read the company earlier, but I've already forgotten.
Ninkasi?
Ninkasi
From Eugene,
Ninkasi
Oregon.
Oregon again. It was Ohio last time.
No, was it
Full Sail?
Was it from Ohio?
I don't know. They had some.
It's Wisconsin.
I was not a fan of not the beer, but the location.
Real quick, cheers, ski. Dog, back up, G.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like this beer just because of the wordplay.
Dawn of the Red.
Yeah, because Dawn of the Dead, one of the top horror flicks.
Did you like the original or did you like the remake?
I saw the remake from Snyder first.
Yeah.
And then I went back and watched the original, and honestly, they're very different films.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it really holds up all that well. I know a lot of people really have that thing where they really like the classics and stuff for the fact that they're the classics. But honestly, like if I go back and play Final Fantasy VII today, I don't feel good about it because operationally it looks like operationally it's fine, but like it looks like shit. So
straight duty.
It's hard to.
I don't think I've ever played any Final Fantasy.
That's okay, you know.
Yeah.
The thing with that though is like there's a lot of games that have like a timeless art style.
Yeah.
And that's where you really should be aiming.
Legend
for,
of Zelda, Wind Waker.
Yeah, exactly. Wind Waker's a great example. Mm-hmm. And then when they upscaled that game to the Wii U and made it in HD, it fucking worked flawlessly because they didn't have as many like polys to redo or whatever the fuck. Whereas like when they remade Ocarina of Time, they had to like do completely new character models and
revamp it.
Yeah, they had to literally remake it. So just something to think about, all those game developers listening to our podcast. I know it's very heavy in that circle. Not JK. We got you. Insomniac Games follows me on Twitter.
Do they?
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Send us free copies of Spider-Man PS4. Please.
Pretty please.
Speaking of Spider-Man PS4, I was looking at your wedding registry a couple days ago. I'm not sure what to get you guys yet. Because on there you have an Xbox One.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those. That was one of the gifts that I was like, it's ridiculous, but if someone gets it,
you'll be happy.
I'll be all right, you know.
Like, but yeah, the thing is, I would buy you a PlayStation. I wouldn't buy you a PlayStation. I just bought a car, so it's not like super practical.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. We'll get to your car in a second. The only reason I want the Xbox is the rare replay with Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day. Like that's and I own Resident Evil the remake. So
Resident Evil the remake that just was announced.
The Origins? No, it had the first Resident Evil and then Resident Evil 0.
I feel like you can get Banjo-Kazooie on PS4 for some reason. I don't know why.
Maybe
it's probably a trip, but I mean. The thing is, you're trying to buy a next-gen console to play, like, old-gen games.
Yeah, dude. Like,
just buy an N64. It costs, like, $20.
But then I have to buy the actual games, which are more expensive.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
It's just like, why buy a GameCube so I can play Double Dash when Double Dash is, like, $50 or $60?
Yeah.
It's stupid expensive.
You could always hit me up. I own Double Dash.
Do you?
Yeah.
We gotta have a Double Dash competition.
That'd be cool, yeah. Even then, I really do think Mario Kart 8 is the best Mario Kart.
I don't know that I've played enough new Mario games.
I mean, they're all the same. Mario Kart hasn't evolved.
Yeah, well,
really
that's
much,
what I'm saying. I think like Double Dash changed the game. You know?
It changed the game, but then they immediately reverted what they changed for the next game. So like,
they were like,
they didn't want to have that.
This is too good. This idea was too good. We gotta tone it down.
I mean, but they took all the best courses and they moved those to the other games and stuff like that. So I don't know. But I get it too. Mm-hmm. That's like there's a thing with like I'm kind of like struggling with right now is over all these years I've bought all these video games, and I've switched from physical copy to digital games. Mm-hmm. So like every game I play or I buy, I download.
Yeah.
So I don't have like this giant collection of games for modern stuff, but I have like this like huge collection of physical games that I literally never touch. So it's like, do I sell them? Like. They just like let them sit there and collect dust for like the one time a year where I go back and be like, hey, you know what? I want to play that shitty Spider-Man game from 2008. Web of Shadows is really fun. I liked it. Yeah, I don't know. So like either I'm about to sell like a fucking 500 video games or
keep them all and for
Yeah, or
for
just
the
let 'em
next
sit
one-time year.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things they really. And the thing that sucks about that too is you really will make not a lot of money because like there's not a lot of places to sell video games.
Yeah.
You could go to a GameStop, in which case you pretty much have to spend that money at GameStop, which it defeats the point of why you are selling the games in the first place. Because I'm not using physical games anymore. Well, just go there, buy all their Funko Pops or some shit. I don't know.
They're starting to sell comic books too, from what I read.
Really? I went to a GameStop for the first time in maybe 3 years, like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you buy
it was
anything?
weird. No, I didn't buy anything. They have Rick and Morty Munchkin now, which is cool. For anybody who likes Munchkin.
Or Rick and Morty.
Or Rick and Morty, yeah.
Either way.
Munchkin's kind of fun. It's like Drunk Quest, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just haven't been to a GameStop for both like the reason that I don't buy physical games and my ex-girlfriend and all that crap. Just try to avoid it.
Shout out.
It's that same store too, so it's funny.
Oh, was
I
it?
just walked in there like, where are you?
She doesn't work there anymore.
No.
Right?
Either way, I don't know what's going on in her life. I don't care.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, video games are weird in that term. Like, I'm just trying to like figure out how to offload that stuff that I've spent so much money on in the past. Ugh. Your dog has no chill. What did you do to your dog last time? You gave her CBD?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was oddly effective.
Like, if you keep throwing it, she's gonna keep playing.
That's true.
You know.
That's very true.
So
I'm an enabler.
Yeah.
I'm an enabler. I'm sorry.
Sorry. So this will probably come out after the second podcast well, I mean, it's definitely gonna come out after the second podcast comes out. So we just released our first podcast a couple days ago. This is after us trying to record and probably put out an episode. I want to say 3, 4, or 5 times we probably recorded and or at least have tried to.
Yeah. A lot of good talking there too.
Oh yeah, we've had so.
That's why I kind of whipped out this notepad because I was like, "There's some recurring questions."
Yeah.
That we may not have used.
So
we have the lost episodes.
That being said, how does it?
I realize your shirt.
Oh, Bigfoot. Yeah. This one lady. Oh, she was younger. She was like, at Petco. She was like, "Nice shirt," and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she saw my tattoo. She was like, "Oh my god, is that a Bigfoot tattoo to match your Bigfoot shirt?" And I was like,
"It's right here though."
Yeah.
It's covered up.
Yeah, but I had my sleeves rolled up earlier.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Petco doing work.
But yeah, she was like, "Oh my god," and I was like,
You should have invited her over to talk about her Bigfoot theories.
Put you on the podcast.
We need to have like a Bigfoot,
Bigfoot,
like a real Bigfoot person, like a fanatic of some sort. But they wouldn't live in Vegas,
Nah, it'd be like an Oregon
They
thing.
don't got like a forest for Bigfoot to hide in or nothing cool like that.
I would love that conversation.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because I'm the skeptic here. And you'd be the guy that's like, yeah. And what did you say to him?
Okay, so no. Back to the main point. So we put it out. How do you feel about that?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I listened to it at work, and I laugh my ass off. I mean, but I laugh at everything, especially if I'm the one saying it, or you're the one saying it, or anybody close to us. So.
I thought it was a good conversation.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And I really think the next one is even better. So.
The part 2 or the one with Cody?
The one with Cody. I couldn't tell you what part 2 was because in my mind that was just one thing.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like the funniest thing about listening to a podcast you recorded is that you don't remember having the conversation so much that you take yourself by surprise. Which is funny as fuck.
I'm the opposite.
Remember
I've listened to that thing like 2 or 3 times.
You edited it
yeah.
too, so.
But so I
you lived it.
remember the conversations. Kind of put myself back to where I was and can almost remember what I was thinking or what I was looking at while it was happening. So I'm in the opposite where I was like, I remember way too much about these conversations.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine most big podcasters, they don't actually listen to their.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely someone editing, but
yeah, for sure.
Until I can start making money off of it, it's gonna be me and my little fingers.
Yeah, man. And like I said, if you ever need help editing, I've done that a lot for some of my past jobs. So
yeah, you doing video editing too?
Using iMovie, right?
Yeah, I have to look into a different one, especially because the multiple camera setups,
it's pretty expensive, I think.
Yeah,
it's an Adobe product, but
so
I use Sony Vegas at my old job. for a lot of editing, and that was only because they had bought the license.
Yeah.
But I think I allegedly stole the disc with the license on it.
So you might still
I
have
might
it.
have it on my old computer. Allegedly. Because but the thing was with my old computer, I don't have a monitor for it currently. Sorry, did I just knock something over?
No, you're good.
Oh, it's just Galactus.
But it's cool, man. We're at 51 views as of like 2 or 3 days.
How many of those are us? I'm just kidding.
I've not listened to it. I've not listened to it since it's been on.
Yeah.
I just
like, get out of my face.
Yeah, I just kind of look at where it's at, and that's the only real thing. And then I kind of just.
I really check. I mean, I will never check that comment section for sure. I don't know if people are active comments.
I don't know.
For you,
I don't think so. I don't think so. We do have like a couple thumbs up though. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So, but yeah, I thought it was really dope. I think it's cool. I like it. I dig it.
Something that I feel like doing a lot is like you don't realize like how much you can actually put out. So people just like 90% of the time don't put out things that they believe in, and then they'll like they never actually see the reception backwards to say that like, oh, this is actually like people like this or they don't like this, but they're always in their own head saying like people won't like this.
Yeah.
So they don't ever put it out.
Yeah, or it's gonna suck, or this thing or that thing. Yeah.
But a lot of things on YouTube suck. There's a whole Reddit for it, YouTube poop. That's even another thing too. Like once we get like the Cutthroat Cody episode up there, maybe like we could post it up on Reddit /podcast, like anything like that.
I know nothing about Reddit.
Yeah,
so
I can.
That's in your hands. I'll put that faith in you.
I mean, Reddit's just like a glorified forum. It's not too complicated, but like they have like separate like zones in every part of Reddit for something. So there's like a podcast area where I'm sure people post their new podcasts.
Yeah.
Nobody's on there really like throwing out the new Joe Rogans because there's like a whole portal for Joe Rogan.
It's his own YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah, he's got his own subreddit. Yeah.
Yeah. Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think it's called Roganomics.
For sure.
Coy bastard. But yeah, it's cool. It's nice to see at least somebody. I mean, even if it's just our friends.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you start an audience, right?
Yeah, that's very true. Just gotta get some weirdos.
You can't drink beer. I'm sorry.
How old is she? She's not allowed.
No, she's 1. Which I think is like 3 in
beer for dogs. Years. Let's invent that shit.
That's a Why Just Kids You Know skit.
That was beer for kids.
Oh yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah.
I was here selling you kid beer. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I could probably do.
Yeah.
Nah.
The first one that popped in my head because it's also like a board meeting where they're pitching something is the guy, and he's the grapist. He's like, I'm gonna grape you, and they're like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Shit's fucking great. I miss them so much. And Trevor Moore, he's like, I don't know if he's the only active one of that group still. No. But like, I see him on a lot. He got his own Comedy Central show.
Did you see the promo before that? He did 24 hours live on Comedy Central's Facebook. 24 hours just there? Yeah, and like in a studio.
It's a long time to be in one place.
Yeah, man, it was pretty crazy. Like it was pretty fun watching it, but like there's just some moments.
I wonder if anybody out there actually watched all 24 hours.
Oh, I imagine, dude. But like I would like check in throughout the day and just kind of see what was going on. At one point, they had like a median on, like channeling like Abraham Lincoln or something like that. So,
how weird.
Yeah, it was pretty guests. Strange. Yeah. A lot of them, and one of the Whitest Kids You Know, Timmy, he was like co-host with them. So
that guy always weirded me out.
Timmy?
No offense to him, he just had like a child's face.
Yeah, he looks almost exactly the same, but just like older.
Yeah, I can't imagine they would change much at this point. Nona, though, so persistent. She really just doesn't want that beer. It looks like,
for real.
So, like, the only reason you want an Xbox, I don't know why I'm dwelling on this. My first thought with that was that you can't play Spider-Man. So bored, man. Oh, dude, I just got a VR.
Oh, I saw your video. That was Carlton.
Yeah.
I saw the man bun, and I was like,
you got to come over and try it out, dude.
That was Carlton.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah, he's man bunning it. He shaved his beard too. I don't know if he got tired of the Charles Manson comments or what, but
yeah, he was like, I swear to God, if I see Michael one more time, and then I talk shit to him, and he comes back with that Charles Manson line, I swear to God.
But yeah, man, it's way cooler than I ever thought it was gonna be. Like, I didn't really know what my expectation was. Like, sure, I could watch all the crazy porn or whatever, but
Have you watched porn yet?
No, it's actually way more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
It's not as easy as just putting the video on. Because it's on PlayStation, you have to like download it from your computer, put it on a USB drive, put that USB drive into your...
Because you can't... I mean, you can browse on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
But can you get on porn, like Pornhub and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Is it just more difficult to do? Or?
I think it's just like the whole 360 aspect of the video.
Gotcha.
To a certain point. I don't know the logistics of it. But man, VR is cool, so I'm trying to say. Like, we got this game called Super Hot where like time only moves when you move, and that's the game Carlton was playing in that video. And so like you just start killing dudes, and you can like dodge bullets and stuff. It's just so cool. Like you just gotta come over sometimes. Awesome.
No, I'm 100% down.
I got a Star Wars thing too, where you're flying an X-wing around. It's really cool.
Is there like a Star Wars like lightsaber thing too?
Not yet. I mean, I'm
there's probably
surprised by like the lack of Star Wars VR stuff. They actually they have this thing downtown called the Void, and it's this is advertised years behind as like as the world's first VR like amusement park essentially. They have one in Disneyland, like on what's the mall like area of Disneyland called?
Downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney, yeah. They have one down there, but now they have one in Vegas. I forget which casino it's at. But it's essentially they have a VR Star Wars experience where it's not you again. You're not a Jedi, but it's like Rogue One base.
Yeah.
And
so you're a pilot?
No, you're like running around and shooting stuff.
Gotcha.
But this is like the kind of VR where you're like in a pre-made like path. And you're actually walking through it.
Gotcha.
The headset is on your head. You're moving through it, and everything is mapped to the actual layout of the building that you're in.
Okay.
So it's really cool. It's more VR than the VR that I have, which is for PlayStation.
It's like next level, obviously on a bigger scale.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's complete 3D tracking in all directions. So
speaking of Trevor Moore, no. Speaking of VR and Trevor Moore, he actually just did like a podcast where he was talking about how he renovated his like basement into like a VR, basically like playroom for the lack of better words. So that's kind of funny. That kind of relates.
Well, it's like you're gonna need that kind of space.
Yeah, you think so? Well, yeah, you were in that side room, which is like
we had to
big.
move a bunch of furniture around and stuff for that, so it wasn't like
wasn't easy.
Yeah, it really wasn't. But in the future when I actually have more space to do something like I'll probably end up doing the same thing.
Just have a room.
Yeah, just have like a zone because like the HTC Vive, which is like the next step up for VR, that has like full 360 tracking, and you have like a camera that you set up in the corner of your room. 18 minutes. Okay, I was just checking that. But yeah, so that's gonna be the future of a lot of stuff, though. It's how I see it. Once you actually like experience it, and you kind of see the potential through it, then you'll see like that stuff's really gonna be really big in the future. In whatever regard that may end up being, I don't know.
You think that's like the next? That's got to be the next bubble, right?
Yeah, I was trying to think of what the big innovation was before that. Like motion controls were like
3D. It was like
3D,
but now this is like
graphics,
next,
or like 3D, like what movies did.
I would say 3D, like as far as like even like not video games. Video games didn't have too much 3D. I just think of like the Nintendo 3DS. Like that was kind of a game changer, but
it was. But like in the end, that wasn't even the main feature of the Nintendo 3DS. Like it was really cool, but it was, as far as I ever saw it, a gimmick.
100%.
Yeah, because like that's why like the central console for Nintendo 3DS right now is the Nintendo 2DS. Like they don't even.
Yeah, it's true. They keep putting out like special editions.
Yeah, they put out new versions of the console. Well, I mean that console's got to be on its last legs by now too. I mean, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Well, now with the Switch, yeah.
Yeah, and the Switch is honestly even better than that. So get a Switch, dude. Fuck your Xbox One.
Put that on my wedding registry.
I don't know what to get you for your wedding, dude.
Literally, I mean,
I was like, none of this feels personal to me.
But it is, but it isn't.
Dolls
you know,
Sarah.
Just because everyone like it's so weird trying to think of what to put on your wedding registry.
I imagine
because like
I'd be like, I want this Spider-Man statue.
Yeah, like no, like there's that small part of me that's like I want like stupid stuff. Like there's a growler on there, that is like it's a portable kegerator, but it's a growler.
But so you carry it around.
Yeah, you can carry it around, but
And
it's
it
got like
dispenses
little.
into itself?
Well, no. So like you can fill it up, but then there's like a nitrous like thing that that keeps it carbonated for about 2 or 3 uses. And I thought like that was pretty cool, but it's like one of those things where it's like $140 growler, and it's like,
God,
yeah, but it's cool, and it's like one of those things. It's like I don't know what else to put on this wedding registry, you know. So that's it.
Picture frames.
Yeah, I need more pictures.
It's like every time I've ever seen a wedding registry, it's like household items.
Yeah,
or it's like they already have a kid.
Yeah, well, we put forks on there. We got the forks already, so.
Dude, forks at Walmart, you can get like 4 for like $3, probably even less than that.
Yeah, but those ones taste like metal all the time.
You're not supposed to taste the fork, dude. Eat the food on the fork. Put the fork away after. I'm just supposed to be chewing. You ever get that feeling like I just thought about chewing on a fork? And you know, like you get that like that feeling in your teeth or whatever. Like, what is that?
You bite too hard into it. You know what I hate the most? When like someone like they're eating.
You're about to do it.
Yeah, no, like they're eating and then like they
chew it up. Yeah, they like, and then they don't fucking.
And then like they scrape their teeth against it. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's the exact same feeling I was talking about.
What is wrong? But like they do it with every bite. You're like, please, like, what's wrong with you? Your teeth are not in that good health.
That's fucking insane. I just don't know what it is like about that. I don't know if it's the sound or just like knowing it's happening, but it like you feel it.
Yeah, you're like,
it's like, ugh, fuck. Why are my teeth in pain because of what you just did?
It's touching my soul.
It's bullshit. God fucking hell.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
When you can tell somebody doesn't want to do something, but they keep saying, "Yeah, let's do it." Sorry, that was really specific.
That's good.
It's
good.
So many people I know, their face says one thing, or no, yeah, their face says one thing, but they're saying the opposite, and I'm just like, dude, like, you can just be honest right now.
You can say no.
And yeah, instead I just get this fucking roundabout where they're just trying to be a crowd pleaser, and I'm just like, dude, it's not what I want right now.
Either you want to go or you don't want to go.
Yeah.
You're trying to see Tag or you're not trying to see Tag.
I gotta call Tag.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want to see that movie.
Me too. My sister went without me because she thought I already went to see it.
I'm gonna go see Incredibles 2 after this.
I didn't like the first Incredibles.
What? You're crazy.
It was all right. I just think people are holding on to it. Just like Toy Story. Toy Story 3,
things, yeah.
Except Toy Story 3 is like one of the best.
Yeah.
But
that's what I was thinking too. Is
I think like people got that hype for Incredibles because of Toy Story 3. If that makes sense?
They're like related?
No, I'm saying like, because by the time Toy Story 3 came out, Toy Story 2 is when we were still kids, and then Toy Story 3 came out.
Okay.
And then I feel like once Toy Story 3 came out, people were like, oh, this is still great to watch.
Yeah.
Like, Pixar is still doing it. Then they're like, well, what about Incredibles? That came out when we were kids. And it's like...
It took them like 12 years to make a
sequel.
sequel.
Dude, it's because, like, there wasn't that much there, man.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, it was like... It was good.
Right now, it was like the perfect time to bring that kind of thing back.
Yeah, but that's...
It's unfortunate, but
you're behind the curve.
Just moving in the trend, yeah.
You're behind the curve.
But just I hear good things either way. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It doesn't take a lot for me to be pleased by a movie, so.
Yeah. But I'd just rather go see Tag.
Have you ever what's the last movie you walked out of? You ever walk out of a movie?
No, I've never walked out of a movie.
Me either.
I feel like
people who do that, they're like,
I gotta sit it all the way through.
Yeah, like I hate when somebody's judging a movie based off of only seeing 10 minutes of it or some shit. That's infuriating to me. It's like your complaints could have been remedied by the end if you just shut the fuck up and swallow your own pill and just watch the damn thing. Instead, they're like, nah, that movie was shit. I walked out in the first 10 minutes. And I was like, so the first 10 minutes is shit. Who'd have fucking thought?
The whole setup to the movie was bad. Like, come on.
It's almost like you're not looking at it as a fucking movie. It's like if you're the kind of person who rents a DVD, A, you rent a DVD. And B, Cody, stop listing things off of A's and B's. I'm pissing myself off with this.
I still go to Redbox.
Redbox is fine. I was making a joke. But yeah.
You're talking about like Blockbuster?
Yeah.
If you're still out there going to Blockbuster, you must live in like Alaska.
Isn't there like still one Blockbuster
I think it's like
somewhere?
Alaska. I don't know if that's
Alaska?
Yeah, it's in somewhere stupid, But I feel like that's like
TV on their igloos still.
An internet
Sorry,
myth.
Alaska, I don't understand you. I mean that out of like I'm ignorant about it, not that I'm like I don't get you.
I want to go to Alaska.
But yeah, like it just makes no sense to me. It's like somebody going to like they put a DVD in or something and then they skip to scene 8 and they're like, well, that didn't make sense. It's like, yeah, because you're looking at one piece of a full picture here, and you're just not getting it. I don't know. Those are the kind of people I don't like to hang around.
Yeah, I feel like they don't appreciate like
anything. Like or I watch Let's Plays sometimes, and I know you're not a fan of Let's Plays, and this could very well be the reason why. But like when I watch Game Grumps play games that I've played before, and then like the main host is always like, "Oh, why are they doing this and this?" And I'm just like, "Dude, it will be answered." Like, I get that that's like your brain talking, and you're a commentator over a video game, so you're
commentating over commentating.
Like, sometimes it's like his question will be answered, or the thing he's complaining about is like immediately explained like a second later, and I'm just like. Well, that took you time, like to digest. Just think about it for a little bit. Is that 26 over here, by the way?
Yeah. You just stop it and go.
Will do.
Dope.
Willie Smith.
Thank you. Poppin' Dogs, Talking Hogs, number 2. One more again. Dope, thank you.
Is this my phone? Have you heard Will Smith rap at all in 2018? Weird thought, but.
Hold on 1 second.
What do I destroy?
Will Smith is still rapping and.
Yeah. Well, like he put out a song or two, but he like rapped over Jaden Smith's Icon.
No way.
Yeah.
I really have to listen to that.
It's really just at the very end of the
because
song. It's a reggaeton remix.
That song is super good. Jaden Smith's
I know.
song
I fucking love Jaden Smith. Shout out.
There's actually a line that I do not like in that. He's like,
is it in the chorus?
First verse
dance like Michael.
First verse came out after a award show. Blah blah blah. Icon tatted on my torso. I asked someone. I was like,
does he have Icon?
Does he really have Icon tatted on his torso? And they're like, no. And I was like, he's not down.
What happened at this award show too? I guess I never really got that line either.
Me either. I was like, did he start recording? Then he went to the award show, and then he was like,
and then somebody was
I got a whole new fire to record this album. # Icon coming out 2018, 17. Fire. But no, it's good. Yeah. He's good. Like
I think he is good. Yeah.
I think he okay. So I just came up with this theory right now.
Okay.
So what Kanye West is doing right now with this whole "Make America Great" and like being like kind of outrageous and outlandish, he's totally copying what Jaden Smith used to do or is doing.
Well, like where he's like
say some like crazy shit and it's just like, oh well, that's just Jaden Smith. And like Kanye West was kind of on that level where Kanye would just say some like dumb shit and people be like, that's just Kanye. And now he's like, make America great, and people are just like, oh, that's not cool, Kanye, but that's just Kanye, like. So I feel like that's what Kanye West is doing. He talked to Jaden Smith, and then Jaden Smith, being the freaking like trendsetter of like just not craziness, because that's not the right word, but just like promoting yourself in a way that's just like people just talking about you. Any publicity is good publicity. He was just damn, Jaden, you wore that white Batman suit to my wedding. Like now I get it. Yeah. Like I get it now. And so I feel like that's where Kanye West is getting this from, is like, it's just a stunt to be more like Jaden Smith.
Maybe he sees Jaden Smith as like a young Kanye. Because Jaden Smith can't be that old, right?
He's got to be
like 22, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, what, even like Extension, like that guy who just got shot like yesterday or whatever?
XXX. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't
really want to talk about it either, but he was only 20 years old. And that kind of stuff
younger than us by half a decade.
Dude, Chance the Rapper is only 23.
We were at his 21st birthday.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we were at his 21st birthday.
You were at that show?
Bro, oh my God.
Chief. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was hella fun.
We were drinking beers in the car.
God.
Shabo got too drunk.
Oh yeah.
He blacked out.
Oh no.
I'm almost certain that's the story from Shabo.
We'll have to get Shabo to come
Waka Flocka Flame.
Oh yeah.
Opened up for him.
Yeah. Was that Brooklyn Bowl?
He was like, Brooklyn Bowl. He was like, let's get a mosh pit. I was drunk enough to be the one dude at the hip hop show or rap show
Who knew
that
what that
was like, let's throw down. I'm like, I'm about it.
Right, yeah.
And then there's the dude where the mosh pit formed. Dude was standing in front, and I had bumped into him, and he like turned around, and he gave me the look. He was like, "What's up?" And me, I was like, "I'm drunk enough to fight you right now."
Oh God!
And then sure enough, Chief pops up out of nowhere. Chief, I'm pretty sure this was right after he had dropped my beer. We were like dancing, messing around, and then he like smacked my beer out of my hand, like by accident. So then he disappeared to the bar to get another drink.
Right.
And then the mosh pit happens, and I run away. And then he appears right then and there. And then the dude, he sees me. I'm like, "Oh, what's up, Chief?" And then like I look at this dude, and this dude gets the hint that like, you don't want none of this, son. Like, come on. So then at that point, I felt like I was 1-0 in mosh pit fights.
Yeah, there
and
you
then
go.
I moshed even harder.
1-0. Sorry.
Oh,
I almost reversed your score.
1-0 in mosh pit fights.
He's 0-1. Maybe he's got a score that we don't know about.
But yeah, then Shabo, pretty sure he threw up before we got in the car or after we got into the car. We met up with those dudes.
What dudes?
Some dudes that I had known or someone had known as we were driving out. And then they were about to get into a fight on the sidewalk. Chief, again, hop outs the car.
I do remember that
and
part.
Then he like goes to like
threw that bottle and you guys were all pissed about it.
Yeah, because you shouldn't have been throwing bottles.
Granted, this is true.
Yeah. So then
do not throw bottles.
So then he hops out the car and then they almost fight and they don't. And then he gets back in the car and then just that whole like drive out of the garage was just too many shenanigans to happen after a show where someone almost already got into a fight.
Yeah.
Good times though.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Chance the Rapper.
You just took me back.
Yeah, right.
I love that.
I painted like a very vivid picture, at least in my head.
No, that was good. Because I remember that we were going down that ramp and then there's all those dudes on the side. They start yelling at each other and shit. I threw a bottle.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I was just feeling randy.
Yeah, well, because we had been.
We were at it.
We were
Bunch
going.
of youngins.
We were going hard.
Hard.
And I'm pretty sure you had finished that beer in the car. Like we still had beer in the car.
Oh yeah.
And then you were like, "I'm gonna finish this," and then you like threw it out.
That window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some water real quick.
Not the greatest call.
Fill some time.
Fill some time. Fill some time. What's up? My name's Phil, and I'm here to fill some time. Commentary currently is going to be about how Marco thought he could get out of the couch that direction. I really don't know why he thought that. But you know what? That's weird. Let's talk about something serious real quick. Trump is starting a space force. Why the fuck do we need a space force?
Until I get back.
He just said he was getting water. I didn't realize it. But you know about that, though?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I have to change the back.
Dude thinks we're in Star Wars already. It's like, honestly, the equivalent of being like the Empire before the Resistance is even like, wait, we need to resist this? It's going to happen. Because he wants space dominance. And ain't nobody in space that we know of currently. God, our president is dumb. But also, like, what a fucking hilarious idea. Like, honestly, so silly. Space Force. Couldn't even think of a better name. Air Force. Space Force. It's like higher than the air. God, he's retarded. Why did God. I say retarded, especially if it's about the president. Seriously, I really don't get it. I wonder, like, you ever like think about what it'd be like to have one of those podcasts where you're just alone, like what Chris D'Elia does. It's fucking hard. I think you're about to tell me.
You're hitting so many topics that I've been thinking about the last couple of days. All right, where did I put my beer?
I don't know.
Oh damn it! Could you hit my beer real quick so I can comment first on Space Force?
Space Force.
So Space Force. When I heard about Space Force, I thought it was a goddamn joke.
Right? Why wouldn't you?
The fact that he used dominance in space was a whole nother level where it's just like, oh, you know, Ronald Reagan did the Star Wars project or whatever it was called. And it was like, okay, you know, back in that time, like space was a very real like topic that people were trying to like be on top of. And then
Like at least back then, you know,
Yeah.
like we had Russia trying to go to space,
Exactly,
like China was
exactly.
trying to go to space.
but like now like I'm pretty sure canceled like space funding, like
Yeah, like he does
NASA
not
projects
support
and stuff like
NASA.
that. Yeah. And then
He
it's
just wants
like
to, start his own NASA.
yeah, but
without
then he's
supporting
like
NASA, because then he would be like, oh, I went back on something.
exactly. And then he was just like, well, we're going to create a police military in space, and it's like
space.
and then,
Until
like-
what? Like a fucking alien race rolls up on you with their laser cannons.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm gonna shoot you with a 9mm. Bang! And then the bullet's like not fucking going anywhere because you're in space. Maybe
Yeah.
you've forgotten.
yeah. And that
he's
just
dumb.
dominance in space. Like, come on.
Do you think that Trump is the one coming up with all these ideas, or that there's like somebody behind him that's like,
I
hey,
feel
you know,
like,
it'd be
I feel like
fucking
it's 50,
crazy and
it's a
with trend
50-50.
right now?
Like, I feel like there's
75-20?
I feel like there's no one telling him it's a bad idea.
Right? Okay.
You know?
That's just as bad.
You
yeah.
know?
You really
I
need
f-
that
I feel,
guy
I-
as well.
Yeah, there's got to be the one like advisors. I feel like everyone in like the like offices are just like don't
Yeah. No, I
Don't-
imagine
don't
working
say
in the White
anything.
House right now is like incredibly awkward.
yeah, just whatever he says, just go
I'm sure
along.
you've had a job, right, where your boss, you know you're better at your job and you could be better at their job, and then they're just also stupid. And then you're just drink through it, man.
Hopefully this comes out after I
Nobody knows where you work, I don't think.
no. Well, no,
like click
but yeah,
around,
no,
man.
definitely. But I just think like people are like, don't say anything.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no one
get it.
telling him no.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's got like president brain where he's just like, I'm the president, I do what I want.
He's got Trump brain, dude. It's
Yeah.
a whole new beast.
But
President
enough about
brain.
politics.
Yeah,
Space
yeah.
Force.
My
Come,
B.
come
My
on,
bad.
come on,
Anytime
man.
I want to upset myself, I
Yeah.
just think about the president.
I just think that's like I don't really think about politics, but then like there's some just
things,
outrageous
yeah.
shit
I try
where
to
I'm
avoid
like,
it at pretty
yeah,
much any cost because it's really just a fucking cesspool.
yeah. But then okay, so now podcasting by yourself. There's a podcaster that I listen to that kind of he does like basically used to interview wrestlers. Now he does like a weekly wrestlers podcast, like what he does. So he does like this. He's been doing like this day-to-day type style where he's like literally like, I'm just waking up and blah blah blah. This is what I'm thinking about, and I was like, I could like I have all the equipment,
Right,
I
yeah.
could do it, but then I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, I feel like doing this is one thing because this is with someone. I'm having an actual conversation with somebody, not to make him because he's got a very successful podcast, but I just could not imagine talking to myself
Yeah.
like that
Well,
all
like,
the
do
time.
you ever talk to yourself normally?
Well, yeah, in my brain all the time.
Yeah,
That's
well, okay, that's
that's
different
literally my entire day. But
I'll have like open dialogue with myself.
oh yeah, like same. But I just couldn't imagine like recording that nonstop. You know?
Like, so have you ever listened to Congratulations with Chris D'Elia
Yeah,
or the
Oh,
morning?
he does have he's by well
he
not
does
all
by
the time,
himself.
but yeah.
No, he
yeah.
only does by himself currently.
No, he's had Brandon Schaub on there. I've seen other people on there.
He's been on Brendan Schaub's podcast.
They've done a congratulations with
Oh,
Brandon
really?
Schaub. Yeah,
It's about time.
yeah, because they were talking about shoes.
But yeah, Bill Burr's the other guy who does it. He does guests too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't know.
like Bill
I mean,
Burr's like constantly like waking up at like he's always like waking up at 8 a.m. and just ranting.
I wouldn't be.
Just-
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be.
I mean, at
opposed
8
to
a.m.
it.
I have no energy to,
Yeah.
to like yell at myself like that, But
I mean, I could come up with something.
yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I remember when I first ever bought my microphone, I pretty much just set it up in a room and I just hit record and I was just there for like 15 minutes maybe, just
Yeah.
like.
Just went off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the thing
I
is
could-
like dead air
Yeah.
is the biggest thing that
Oh,
I can
yeah.
think of for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
interesting though. It's almost like doing a YouTube live or Instagram live or any of those kind of things. Kind of.
Yeah,
I guess people pop in on that though.
Yeah. Well, I did one when I was doing. It was right after the. It was the night before I shot the Easter video where I had painted beers, and I was just drinking and I was still painting by myself.
Oh, I remember
So-
this, the Instagram live.
Yeah. So I was just like hanging out. I was listening to some music and just painting for the video, so I could have like
Get down.
something to do. And then it was kind of cool, but it was kind of weird because it was just like
Yeah.
It's me just hanging out by myself. Like some
It's
people
very
would pop in.
2018.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't think I like this. I think it was only because I was drunk that I was like, you know, doing it. But whatever.
Wait, no, stop.
Hey, come on, get down.
Crazy little,
down, fool.
crazy little monster.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do that on a continuous basis.
Yeah, it's got to be really difficult. But you know, it depends how much time they do, things like that. I just something I would think about. But like, I think having a conversation with somebody else is a lot more interesting than having a conversation with yourself, where you probably are more or less just trying to like validate your thoughts.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that could almost be like therapeutic or like cathartic in some way. That you're just trying to like, you get your thoughts out there and you're like, hey, I'm even gonna put this online. You know, maybe if people agree with me, they'll fucking say so. If not, you know, then I've just done that, and then that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think most of my thoughts are that entertaining though.
You gotta.
And most of those thoughts end up as like Instagram videos, anyways. You
Right?
know?
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
Like
What are you
the
doing?
other day, I was like going off
Created a trap.
on Instagram with like stupid videos that I was doing, and like
Oh, like the compilation one, kind of using.
yeah. So I was like doing that, and then like
Did you record that with Instagram, or did you record that on your camera?
I think I did.
Because like the camera app I use on my phone actually has like audio transitioning, which is kind of cool.
No, I think I did it on Instagram, and then like I think I just did it on my phone, because then I was like, I'll just piece it all together.
Oh, so you actually edited?
Yeah,
it.
and then I just
That's what I was
know
curious about.
just put it on my thing, edit it all together.
Like the one I
cut it
posted
into-
yesterday was like that's just using the stop
Yeah.
and go on Instagram,
Yeah, I
which isn't bad.
no,
But it's like almost like I wish we had more like the kind of tools that Vine provided.
yeah. Well,
Like,
it's
more accessible to like.
sometimes you just get like me. I just always try to fill dead air with words, you know, and I just think like I do that too often, where I'm like, oh, like, and like even today I did this one thing where I was like, oh, good thing that good news, my dog doesn't have fleas, but she's still a dumb bitch. Something, but I could have kept going, or I think
It's not derogatory to call her a bitch, by the way.
yeah, I mean she's an idiot. I mean she's on this podcast.
You could tell. By
She,
watching.
but yeah, it was just like one of the things. Like I just keep going until I think like it's not funny anymore. So then I use that as like maybe I should just cut this off, or you know,
Right.
because like with shooting videos, like I'm usually by myself. It's not someone like, oh hey, like we're gonna cut it here. It's like me just like standing in front of the camera, like, oh this is the line I wanted to say, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it again, but then I'm gonna add this. And then
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I do that
this.
too, yeah.
So then it's just like, I'm just used to that sort of format where I'm just like.
You're, like,
Okay, I'm just
doctoring
keep
it.
going and going and going. It's not like, oh no, that one was bad. Let's do it again. It's like there's only one take of that. It's like no, when I'm shooting and editing a video, there's like 6 minutes of me doing this one part, and it's like that's what I know because I'm literally just by myself, like shooting this video, and it's you know that's how I operate, kind of.
Yeah. No, I get it. I think like I mean we only have the tools that were provided.
Yeah.
Just trying to work
Make
in
it work.
in that area. Yeah. I think we do a good job. We did our best. So Xbox, huh? Just kidding.
I feel like if no one buys me the Xbox by the time the wedding comes up, and you haven't already bought me a gift, you're gonna panic buy me an Xbox.
I would never.
That would be the best gift ever, but it'd be like one of
What, are you
those
gonna
things
play
where
Halo,
like I
and that's
open
it?
it and it's gonna be like
Or I'll
it's gonna be like, oh my god.
I'll get you an
Thanks,
Xbox like or I'll get you a PS4, but it'll be in an Xbox's box, you know. So
That-
you're unpacking your Xbox One, you're all excited to play Rare Replay or whatever the fuck.
That'd be
Which I
hilarious.
can give you that disc and my Xbox for a week, and you'll be like, cool, this was not worth $400. And I'll be like, I know, dude.
Yeah, I mainly want it just so I can watch movies on
Get a PS4.
it. Because there's any difference.
Yeah, you could play
So we-
Spider-Man on it.
So we can play online games together.
Yeah, we could play Fortnite together like a bunch of teenagers. We can yell at children. It's my favorite thing to do. I love playing Fortnite and just like getting matched up with a bunch of kids. Dude, it teaches me so much about how kids are today. Like the lingo. They love saying bruh. I love saying bruh. We're like the same thing, kids.
I've been saying son a lot.
I listened to some Theo Von recently and I can't stop saying bruh. Dude says bruh a lot, bruh.
I'm kind of going back to my like almost Hispanic like heritage. I've been saying foo
Foo?
Foo. It's like
I've
it's
never
like
heard that in my life.
it's like full,
Yeah.
but
I figured.
foo, like
Foo?
foo,
What's up,
like,
foo?
like what's up, foo?
Okay.
It's like a very
Out of
California.
context, it just sounds.
Yeah, it's a
like
very
a kung fu
California
thing.
thing, you know.
What's up, Foo?
Yeah, so I've
Yeah,
been saying
fool.
that, and then son,
Get out
I'm
of here,
like,
Foo.
come on, son, like,
Yeah,
like, don't
you say
don't
that
be like,
already though. Like that's already.
Yeah,
like,
but
if you were a wind-up toy, that'd be
yeah,
one of your lines. You know.
come on, son. So, but yeah, kind of talking about like kids on the internet. I'm gonna give a special shout out to my nephew.
Okay.
So my nephew,
This is
he
Brenda's
Kate,
kid, or-
no, my brother's son, Caden. He's big on like video games, YouTube, stuff like that.
Is he the vacation kid?
Yeah, one of it. Well, yeah, him and Cash were the people that showed
Cash.
me, but
That's what I'm thinking of.
but no. So he's just kind of like, you know, he's older-ish, so he's on YouTube a lot. Okay, so when I first started my channel, I had maybe like, I mean, I still only have like double-digit subscribers, but I had maybe like 12 or 10 subscribers at the time. And I was like, I was driving him home one day, and he was like on YouTube, and I was like, what are you watching? He was like, oh, blah, 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 this video. And I was like, you know, I have a YouTube channel. And he was like, oh yeah, what's it called? And I was like, oh, it's called Cold Soup. And he looked it up. He was like, oh, you only have 12 subscribers. You need to get your subscribers up. And I was like,
He's an expert.
man, like that like, you're like a little kid telling you that.
Well,
you're
like, I think anybody looks at that number, they're gonna think the exact same thing, but
Yeah.
they don't even like realize that there's like the whole, like you have to build that
work.
up. Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
everyone is like just gonna jump on YouTube, have a following, and then
Yeah.
have like 100,000 people.
yeah, but like more so like I've literally have changed this kid's diapers, and he's now like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Respect.
oh,
You better
he's
subscribe,
like,
you damn
oh,
man.
you don't have that much subscribers. And I was like, oh, what a dick move. So
Yeah.
but as of recently, he was the one that inspired me to do the ASMR video.
Oh, really?
So his mom told me about him watching ASMR and how it made him feel some sort of way.
Speaking of ASMR, real quick, I want to show you an ASMR video before I leave today.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll pencil that.
Yeah.
So she told me about him feeling some sort of way about this ASMR video, and I was like, "That's hilarious! I'm gonna do one." And then, sure enough, I like tagged his mom in it, and I was like, "Hey, like this is inspired by him. Show him." She shows him, and you know, I'm not sure if he really saw it. And then a couple days ago, he was with my sister, and he was like, "Hey, I saw your ASMR video. It was good, but it got weird at the end." And I was like, "That's fair," because at the end I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's a porn thing," and I guess that's when he was like, "Oh,
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm related to this person.
yeah." So he was like weird, but then
Hands off.
so then he was like so then he was like I kind of lost my train. He was like, he's seen it, he liked it. He was able to tell me what the little fake ASMR name that I had created, which is Lightning Kitty
69.
96.
96, okay.
So it's a play on Thundercat,
Yeah.
and then 69 reverse, of course.
Doy.
And then he was like, by the way, he's a Golden Knights fan. He was like, did you throw your Blackhawks jersey away? And I was like, what? And he's like, I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, the Blackhawks jersey that you have. And I was like, how do you know I have that? He's like, it's in your video. And I was like,
Oh.
he was like, yeah, your opening day video. And I was like, whoa, like you know my videos well enough to like know like what I wore.
He
And I was
dove in, man.
like, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
thank you so much for that. And I was like, that's cool. That's awesome, man. And it was like one of those moments where I was like, you doubted me for having 12 followers, but now you're like, and then yeah,
65.
and then he was like, is the microphone in your ASMR video real? And I was like, it's very real. So he's like,
Is it real?
Yeah. He was like,
No,
can
I made
I?
a star from him.
He's like, can I borrow it? And I'm like, nah, but you know, well, he's like, if you want to make a video, I can help you make a video. He was like, yeah, you know, all
Yeah.
excited. I'm like,
Watch that kid get way more followers.
probably,
That's
dude.
real
He
quick.
probably has more friends than I do.
Yeah, but I mean, like, kids have like, I think like a huge draw of YouTube is a lot of children. Need some help there?
No, I was remembering the time, and yeah, whatever. But yeah, dude, I don't know.
I
But
mean,
it's
just
cool.
so many fan base. Like,
Yeah.
I imagine, like, you know, like, I think of like a lot of the big YouTubers, like, probably not Philip DeFranco so much because he's news based and kids probably don't listen to news.
Mm-hmm.
But like Game Grumps and like Ninja, who's like a big streamer and
Yeah.
Fortnite player. Imagine like a lot of that fan base is children.
Yeah. Which I mean, like,
Probably
isn't
under the
bad.
age of
Yeah.
16 or so.
Yeah.
18 at least. So, like, don't be surprised if that ends up happening
Yeah.
here too.
I feel like I'm definitely out of my realm
In
with
terms
beer,
of
beer
podcasting,
comedy.
I don't think kids are really in that avenue yet, but I could be wrong. I'd love to see a kid who's like in middle school listening to like Rogan, and he's like,
Or he just has his own podcast.
"We got chemtrails and DMT."
He's
and
like, so we were on the
it's
we
like,
were on the playground today, and then Lucy was like, "Hey, you're cute," and I was like, "Oh, do you like me or do you like me?" And
like, you think kids still use that terminology?
oh, bro, I still use that terminology.
I don't.
No,
Trying to suck your titties. That's where we start. No.
all right, G. We're coming up on 50
the-
minutes here.
All right, cool.
Time to wrap it up. Any final thoughts?
Not exactly.
Or
I don't really
any-
have a final thought that would suggest I'm dying soon. But I was thinking, if people want to start sending us like emails or anything like that, I think it would be fun for us to like maybe give advice or anything like that if people are interested in that kind of thing. I don't know if you have like a email set up for Cold Soup or anything, but I know I have one for
do,
Underachievers or any place that we want to put that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, we can DM the
Plug it.
DM the
DM Twitter,
Cold Soup,
yeah.
DM us personally. I know our Twitters are both on the YouTube page for the podcast. Comment on the Instagram, comment on the videos. Anything you want to hear, see.
Yeah, like what are we not talking about?
yeah,
What's the hot
or-
topic issue? Do you want to hear more about Space Force?
If you want to know more about Space Force,
Because
please
we do
let us
too.
know.
We're really curious.
But
Do you
yeah,
get cool
just
suits?
wherever you want to send us these things, we will answer it and we will get to it.
Oh yeah, I'd love to just like see what other people want to hear,
Yeah.
if there even is anything.
Maybe less of us saying
Maybe I'll create some accounts, start messaging us.
or if you want to suggest us beer that won't sponsor us, or maybe they might sponsor us if we drink it enough on camera, we can do that. That would be
Yeah,
sweet.
I mean-
Get us beer sponsor for a
Don't
podcast.
look at me like that, Nona. I'll punch you in your dog nose. You're like a shark. It's the only way to disturb them. Somebody buy this guy a PlayStation. Just throwing it out there.
Or an Xbox. Or there's other stuff that my wife wants on that wedding registry. So
Well,
you can put that.
If you're
up
not
there.
going to the wedding, you probably shouldn't buy him stuff randomly. But at some point in
Yeah.
this life, I will have him saying, "Man, you were right. I should have bought a PlayStation.
I don't want to awkwardly
This
invite
Xbox
anyone.
is slow as shit, and they only want me to play this dumb pirate game with no features."
I
Sorry,
don't
I'm
want to
getting personal.
invite any more people. Awkwardly invite people to my wedding.
No, yeah,
I've done enough of that.
I'm excited for your wedding though, dude.
Dude, me
be
too.
fun.
We're like a month
Really
away.
close.
Yeah, we're really close.
June 19th.
Dude, get off the table.
I think. No, it's a day. That's all.
It's a
I'm good.
day.
It's in June right
It's
now.
in June 31st.
We're getting there.
Um,
Still need to figure out how to get there. Yeah.
anything else? Anything else you got?
Nah, man. Let's run it. Play the theme song.
Anything you want to plug?
Follow me on Twitter at Cody's Nuts. Follow at Cold Soup 21.
Yep.
We're the 21st Cold Soup there is. Send us your conspiracy theories on what Cold Soup actually is. You might think it's cereal, but jokes on you. Oh God. Anyway,
What's your favorite cereal?
my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Really?
Yeah, really.
My boring answer: Special K Chocolate Delight.
Okay. Until you said
Um,
chocolate delight, I was
my-
like, that is the most boring answer. You are correct.
My fun answer: Cocoa Pebbles all day.
Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles are good. What I usually do is I'll do like a thin layer of Cocoa Pebbles layered with a heavy layer of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That way the milk ends up chocolatey with a hint of cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Yeah, I'm saying that wrong on purpose.
Okay.
I can say
a
cinnamon.
bit. It's a
People
bit.
judging me.
Should we do a Cinnamon Toast Crunch challenge where we
What does
just
that mean? Is that like
we
the
ground up Cinnamon
challenge?
Toast Crunch and just try to eat it dry?
Cinnamon, bro. We don't need to do that at all. Seems like we're adding an extra step. It's slavery with more steps, as Rick would say. He's never watched Rick and Morty. Somebody shame this man.
Shame.
Anyway,
All right.
cheers.
Cheers to
If your drink's empty.
Dawn of the Red?
We're drinking Dawn of the Red today. Ninkasi Brewing Company.
still not sponsored.
This guy.
Oh, I came up with a catchphrase for cold soup.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I put it anywhere.
Slurp it up.
It's
inside your cup. It's cold soup.
No. Cold soup. Ice cold comedy coming in hot.
Whoa. I actually like that.
That's good, right?
Ice cold comedy.
Because I
coming in hot.
I've stuck with coming in hot.
That coming in hot in there.
Yeah. So then I was like, what can I do coming in hot? And I was like,
I was
ice
just
cold
thinking
comedy.
about this, but those old videos, YouTube tweeting celebrities.
Oh, those are gone. I've edited all those together.
But my point is, like, do you put those on cold soup or?
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
Nah, because I've
YouTube channel limbo?
I've rewatched them because I never really edited together, but I rewatched them and it was just.
I thought they were fun.
They were fun, but
you edited them in a way that you were just wanted to get them like a
yeah. I used what I could, but everything else, like, I mean, that was my first run.
Yeah. Also, like, I had nothing to tweet these celebrities.
Yeah, it was the
I don't remember
what it became is this.
Yeah.
So I'm more happy with this than I am with that. Maybe we can throw it back. We can throw it back and do an episode.
We can, yeah.
For sure.
I was also thinking maybe next week, see what Chief's doing.
Oh, 100%. I want to do. So we drank. You know what Still Reserve is, right? 211. He put me on that, and we'll have a funny story about that. Okay. So I want to have him on it, and it'd be the 211 episode.
Oh God.
Yeah, where we drink 211s instead of
also
these.
known as podcasting on a budget or drinking on a budget. I guess.
Yeah, where we'll throw up halfway through.
Oh, good.
But
yeah, Chief. A lot of people I'd really love to see get on here.
So watch out for the Let's Get Drunk and Tweet Celebrities.
Yeah.
Coming soon after the Pokemon video.
I forgot there was a third camera.
Sooner or later. Yeah, that guy is so inconspicuous.
Sorry to neglect you, brother.
All right, G.
All right, have a good night, everybody. / day, depending what time it is.
Day and
or if this is beyond the time of the spectrum of time, if you've ascended.
Ascension?
To like a timeless life. Winona just showed me her butthole like completely. So I've lost my train of thought. And that's it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Blah! Again, why? That was in my mouth! What have you done?
And
what do you have to say about this?
Cut.